Welcome back to the channel. In this video we're looking at animations in React Native, and in order to accomplish this we're going to be using a package called reanimated, and we're also going to be using Expo. So let's jump right into it. I already have a little Expo project running, but if you don't, you can come in either in the Expo docs and copy this over. Basically you're going to go npx create Expo app, and then you can name it, and that is at the stage I am at right now. Other than that, we still got to add this reanimated library, so you can come over to the Expo docs for this too, and check it out. There's a couple steps here, but all pretty basic. We're just going to come over and copy this over right here, and let's go back to our VS Code. So this is a completely blank new Expo project running right here. Nothing here, just a app.js file like this that is basically got nothing in it. So we'll close this down real quick, stop the server, and then we're gonna come in and let's just add that. So we're gonna go npx expo install React Native reanimated, just like that, and we'll let that run. Alright, so once that finishes, we just have one other step we want to do, and that's come into this Babel config right here, and we just go below this presets right here and add this plugins, which is the reanimated plugin, just like that. From there we should be good to go to use this package. So we can go npm run start like this, and that'll go Expo start and start up our project. Now we can decide if we want to go Android or iOS. So we're gonna go iOS for this, for our simulator. And there you have your very basic app going here. So let's come in. We're just gonna do all the examples here. So let's just make sure everything's working right here. We can get rid of this here and just go test like this, see if it updates in our simulator over here. And we can see that that updates just fine. If your simulator is going a little slow or something, sometimes you will have to refresh that. So we can get rid of a few things here. We're not going to need any of these styles. We'll do a few inline styles, I guess, but we won't need much from there. We're not going to need the status bar right now. And yeah, we can get rid of this test also, just like this. Oh, and also this style here. So very much a blank project right now. I'll just get rid of style sheet because we won't need it up here. I think we'll use text view. What else? We'll need maybe a button in here. And that should be basically it for now. Alright, so there's a few things we want to bring in from this animated package that we just installed right here. So these are going to be the things we're going to bring in from React Native animated, cancel animation, all these different things, easing for the animation itself, some styling, that sort of thing. So that will be what we'll need for that. And other than that, I think we can get going. So let's come in and actually get some of this like a ball up on the screen, because that's what we're going to be animating here. So we can come in and let's add some styles to this view right here. So we can just say style and add a few styles. So that will style our view. And then we want to come in and do this animated.view. So this is going to be the view that we're actually animating. And we'll add a style here. And inside this style, we're actually going to do an array in here. And this is because we're going to have a second argument here, which is going to actually change. So we can come in here like this, and we'll add a few styles in here. Then we'll add our second style variable here, which we'll create above, and that'll be kind of the animated style that we're going to use. It'll be a function that we're going to add right there. All right, and then we can close this off here and close that off like that. Actually, we want to keep this open because inside here, we're just going to have some text, and we'll add some style for this. And inside here, we're just going to say breathe like this, because that is going to be kind of the animation. It's kind of breathing type animation you might see on like a meditation type app or some other hippie stuff. And then we want to close this off with the animated.view, just like this. So if we go ahead and save that, this is what our animated, I'll close this up to give us a little more room. This is what our animated.view is going to look like right here. So that should be pretty good. Finally, below this animated.view, we're going to want a button, and we'll just have a title. It says start, and then we're going to have a start animation, and then we'll have another button, which is going to have a stop animation just like this. So start and stop animation. You could also do a toggle or something if you want, but just for our case, we'll just leave it like this. Now, if we go over here, style doesn't exist because we haven't created it. We can actually get rid of that for now and just see if we can see the view first of all. And we can cancel out some of these because these aren't created. We'll just comment them out. I just want to see if we can get the view up here first. All right, so we have this view right now. And it looks like we might be missing, we want to center that a little more. So let's come back in and we'll just say justify content center to, and that should move our ball to the middle here. So we got a circle here. We got our breathe. Obviously nothing's happening yet, and that is looking good. So let's go up and start creating some of the actual animations that we're going to use here. So let's come up and we'll start at the top here. So we'll start using some of this stuff in here. So let's come below here and let's get kind of the scale value we're going to use. So we're just going to say const and we'll say scale value. So this will be how big and small we want the scale to go to. So we'll say use shared value just like that, and we'll start it at 0. All right, and then we're going to go const and we're going to say we're going to have a config right here. And in the side of this config, we're going to have a duration. And let's go, we'll go a little bit longer. We'll go 2000, which is 2 seconds there. Duration, that's in milliseconds. And we'll say easing, and we'll say easing dot in out, because that's what we want to do. Gets the circle to be bigger and smaller. And then we can just pass in easing dot ease like that. So go ahead and save that. Close off your brackets right there. And that is looking pretty good for that. Now let's create that style function. So let's go right below here, and we'll just say const style like this, and that's going to say use animated style like that. And then inside here we're going to say const, and this is where we're going to say scale here, and we're going to say interpolate. And in here we're going to have the value, the scale value that we created above here. So this is what we're going to be changing here. And then our second argument here is going to be an array here. So we're going to go from 0 and to 1, just like that. And then below that, we're going to go 1 to 0.2. So this is going to affect the scale range that we're going from. So 0 to 1, and then 1 back to 0.2, just like that. And then we can come up below here, and we can just say return. And here we're going to transform here, and we're going to transform by scale like this. And close off all those brackets like this. So this is basically the style function we're going to be using. Just use animated style, and then we're going to have our scale right here that we're going to transform 0 to 1 and then 1 to 0.2. So as we get bigger and then as we get smaller again, we're going to transform kind of in and out. And you'll see what that actually looks like in a second when we're actually scaling. So that is basically our full animation right there. Pretty short with this use animated style stuff. So that is pretty nice. The last thing we want to do is actually start and stop our animation. So we need a couple more functions right here. So let's say const start animation like this, and we'll say scale value dot value, and then we're going to say with repeat, and with timing we're going to pass in 1 our config, -1, and then true. Then let's close this off here. So this will start our animation, and then when we want to stop our animation, we're going to say cancel animation, pass in the scale value, and then we want to reset the scale value back to 0 here. So if we don't set this, it'll just stop at whatever value it was at. So we want to reset it back to 0 in our use case anyways. All right, now we can come in, let's comment back in this button right here. So we have our start and stop. And again, we can add the style back onto this. again, this style is what we created up here, right here. This variable for this function here. So this is good. We got our start and stop. If we hit start, we got our in and out, shrinking and growing, and just as easily we can hit stop here. Again, it sets it back to its original state, and that is the stop animation right there that we're setting there. All right, so this is the animation. Looking pretty good. So hopefully that gives you a little idea how you can start doing some animations in React Native with Reanimate. It's pretty simple to work with. If you play around the docs and stuff, you get to see a lot more stuff that you have on offer right here. But hopefully that gives you a starting place to work with. Anyways, that is it for this video. If you liked it, give it a like and maybe subscribe. And until the next one, thanks for watching.